By the way.
What's impressive to me is that if you looked at the Slays column, NAVI was literally, I think they might have even lost the Slays battle by 1 or 2 kills. It was so close, but yeah, you still see NAVI being objective efficient as possible. Meanwhile, Gilkey and Jim are going to open up beautifully. That's going to be a double kill coming out of Jimbo right there. They're starting off high.
So we see some risky maneuvers with the thrust, and then we see the outplays with the thrust, right? The angle that he picked up to get that double, so clean. And now the Rocket's in the hands of NAVI because of it, and Kimbo, my God, he's out in the open. It doesn't matter. He'll pick up that kill. That's definitely a ball for NAVI to start things out. And the confidence out of NAVI against G2, at the very least, a top 8 team in NA here, maybe even top 6. NAVI coming out hot.
And I just want to urge you guys at home to ignore the overlay at the bottom there. It almost seems like there's a round 1 to both of these teams, but it's a little bit of a glitch. It's actually a 1-0 going in favor of NAVI. They're 1 round away from coming out the win in game number 1. Ooh. Meanwhile, G2 would have to put back-to-back wins on the board in order to take game number 1. Just want to make that clear.
Tony, the Sentinel Beam, very powerful weapon. I think if you get hit by the Sentinel Beam, there's like a visual kind of distortion that makes it difficult to shoot back. But I find that weapon so difficult to use. Like, I don't know, man. I've yet to see somebody really beam and melt with it. I think when I do, I'll be a believer. But it just seems like a risky weapon to pick up. We'll find out. All while that happens, Kimbo going to lock things down as they make strides for the ball here. Gilkey and team, they're pushing through Arcade. Nice snap, though. You got to love the jiggle peek as well, right? Just barely exposing himself for the timing he needs to get the shot.
Respectful, trying to stay alive over towards the B Street, going in for the challenge. It's going to be a flag on Zab. That's going to be a double kill. Respectful, getting disrespectful, almost able to get the triple straight 6. Going to win that gunfight, but not the ball. The ball ends up being rotated away and over towards the PD side.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, Tony. I checked Respectful's Twitter, and he had a nice little selfie, some words to say coming into this. Man's feeling confident. NAVI's back, apparently. They underperformed in the qualifiers, but NAVI, they want to come and make a statement on land, and this is where it matters most. So far, so good for these boys. And what a confidence booster it would be to win their first series, or actually I guess they won already against Divine Mind, but to win their second against a top team.
Yeah, I think beating G2 would definitely be a statement being made by NAVI here, but easier said than done. It's obviously they had a hot start here. Now Arctic having the rocket launcher in hand, putting them to use immediately. 2 down, going to boys in red. G2, the pings are coming in. I love that come out Arctic right there. Teammates in matchmaking, please take some notes. Ping something if you're not going to call out, please.
Ping it, please. Straight Sick needs those angles, right? He's got that perch up there. He can ping everything. And well, he does that. Sab just needs that timing to pounce. We'll see what he does with it. Unfortunately, the nade's going to go off, drop Arctic. Arctic getting overwhelmed there. You can see a 3-man push coming up through Cafe. So to counter this, the ball now rotating back to PD. You got to watch out because Jimbo going to slide into the DMs. A straight Sick, drop him down. Ball back up in NAVI's hands. And now they have flipped the setup. We got a little thruster in the back pocket of Respectful all while that happens. Oh, that is just cheeky. Oh, I thought that was a guaranteed back smack, but he'll get away.
You know, we've actually got the chance to cast NAVI 3 weeks in a row, and it was really great to see them getting better week after week, and they've continued to improve. They're looking clean. They're looking polished. They get into their setup so quick. They're winning their gunfights against Gilkey, obviously, but Respectful going in for a challenge. But I'm loving the way they're looking right now. NAVI seem to get better and better, and their objective efficiency is one to be admired.
On paper, they're a top team in EU. Right, just on paper, you put them up in like top 2 at the very least. They underperformed in the qualifiers, though, right? It's just kind of narrowly getting into top 3. Things look a little different, like we said, starting out here. Of course, not over, definitely not over, especially with Oddball. But this is another ball setup opportunity. Rocket's about to spawn here too. Foxy with a beat on him. Gilkey's getting up in the mix there, but he's got the rock. Or he doesn't have the rockets. Let's be honest, he's not going to get out. Those rockets now sit down. An opportunity for G2, maybe, and this is their final chance. 88 counting, that timer's ticking, Tony, I hear it.
They have to break the setup, but meanwhile, Kimbo's able to take down Zab off the screen. Straysick tries to go after the kill on Respectful, but the points are still being put in. 5 more seconds here, and that's going to be it. The ball ends up being dropped, though, so hold on. G2 have a chance.
Wait, no, that was a nice little alley-oop is what it was, though. That ball got dropped, but it got tossed to the teammate in Cafe. They collected it immediately, and because of that, got some momentum here. They're going to need it.
And I'm really interested in seeing what the starting strat is for this team. We see 2 Foxy working their way towards the big door along with Jimbo, it looks like. This is going to come in, so a first slate going in favor of NAVI, but the frag going right back. Sab able to match them. Rockets are later store up. I think Overshield was just picked up, and it might be in the hands of somebody from NAVI.
So the Navi definitely have the rockets as well. We can see Kimbo popping off in the feed here. And that's the beauty of it, is it gives them access to grapple. And when you have grapple, rockets, you got it all. You're just chasing these boys down. By the time Straight Sig figures out where 2 Foxy is, he's dead.
Still on board here with 2 Foxy, trying to find where he can grapple. He's taking some heavy damage, going all the way down to 1 shot. Luckily, he's able to get away with his life. Meanwhile, Kimbo,
man.
the shotty to the
all.
body, taking down Arctic, and now having numbers advantage. Can they capitalize? He also has Gilkey in front of him.
Did they literally have everything? They got the shoddy, the rockets, the grapple. I'm not sure where the OS went, but it didn't last long. Either way, this is sandbox control. And when you got this, you've got the advantage in a big way, especially on Bizarre. Respectful just going to keep Arctic back down behind the double doors. He's going in, actually. He'll take the trade. 7-4 on the board. Not too shabby for G2 considering the lack of resources. And, I mean, just testament to how good they are as a team. They're going to try to coordinate, push together to break through.
Gilkey and Sab getting back-to-back kills right there, putting Navi momentarily 2 down. We're on board now with Kimbo playing out of Navi, trying to stay alive over towards Top Cafe, having the Commando in hands, and again, we're seeing that Commando come into use. You know, I don't use it as a primary. There we go. Good old BR out there, putting out shots on Sab, but he's going to be forced to back down.
Especially at that distance, right? The BR reigns supreme in these longer distance situations, sometimes even close quarters. I mean, Sab showcasing that. The shotgun was up previously. I think that was a Navi member who went to grab it. But the fight is for the OS here. Grapple down beside the OS. Whoever earns this earns quite the advantage with it. We'll see if they can do it. The Dynamo Date's perfect line of defense, right? Just an area denial, difficult to push through them, and because of it, Gilkey walks away with an OS, a grapple, and a shotgun. I mean, if he doesn't make... Oh!
No.
That was so close. I mean, he lived at the very least, but man, what a denial that could have been.
Yeah, either way, I mean, despite the great start coming out of Navi, G2 able to actually tie things up at 12 apiece, and even having that overshield. If it wasn't for that pesky green gun, Gilkey might have been able to go off with that overshield and Bulldog combo, but either way, G2 still coming back in this game, and they're looking really good right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm noticing with Navi. It's like, okay, we didn't get the shoddy, we didn't get the OS. What can we do to counter it? There's thrusters that spawn in your base. There's a plasma pistol that spawns near your base. Like, take advantage of all these utilities so you counter these advances immediately and try to hold on to the narrow lead that you've got. Of course, only 16-14 here on the board. Sab under a lot of trouble. Respectful. Oh, you'd think he held the angle. Maybe he looked away for a split second, but Sab, I mean, just locking it down.
And the crazy thing was Sab was actually stuck in that corner. Kimbo was coming in for the flank. You see him right here. He would have easily got that kill, but Sab getting an excellent trade across the map on Respectful, but rocket launchers still in the hand of Kimbo at the moment. That's going to be an easy rocket to Arctic. He just played a little peekaboo. Don't play that with Kimbo.
That was sick out of Kimbo. The safe grab with the grapple to bring the rockets down below, nice and quick, and then he gets the angle for the kill. Still got a rocket to work with. Got an enemy in the alleyway. 2 Foxy in that base. And Arctic trapped in the rock in a hard place there. Not too much he can do. Gilkey gonna try to get out to BR. And now they have info as well, right? So as he pushes up, he can call that out. Drops a nade behind though. Gilkey gonna try to rotate out. It just feels like G2 are under a lot of pressure. Well, they do take 2 though.
Yeah, G2 doing a great job of clawing the way back into it. Navi creating a little bit of separation here, but G2 still having momentary map control at the moment, and that's going to be great now that Gilkey having the Bulldog in hand. Arctic just waiting for a player to reveal his location, puts a shot on Jimbo, but 2 Foxy has his back, and here comes Team Navi.
Oh, I mean, a little unfortunate timing for Sab. He does get, okay, he's good now. Now he's got a double and a triple, maybe. There it is. Pulls off the triple. He'll drop with it. I was worried about the timing of the OS activation, but I mean, he got all he needed in the end of that.
Arctic hitting that man with the knick-knack paddywhack, getting a beautiful triple kill here. Meanwhile, Straight Six just patrolling the bottom of the map, able to stay alive here. Not the information hasn't been received that he's just sitting there. Finally goes in for a challenge. He goes in on Jimbo, able to get the kill. Respectful now going to challenge across the map here on Sab, and G2 are finally starting to show some life here. They're only down by 3 kills, so they're still within striking distance.
I gotta say, Bizarre, more so than any other map in the game, is gonna test your patience, your accuracy, and long-range encounters, right? When you walk through those doors, you spot somebody cross-map, can you have that reticle locked on him, de-scope him instantly, and then how do you react when you're de-scoped? How do you react when a shotgun's in your face? You know, the close quarters and the long-range engagements and the dynamic between the two of them really puts the players to the test. We're seeing that right now.
both of these teams are being absolutely tested right now. Notice how Jimbo prioritized those dynamo grenades. I love that. Again, you're going to see us talk about that. All of us casters, whether it's A stream, B stream, C, or D, we're going to be talking about how controlling the sandbox is so important, and the dynamo grenades are a part of it. Sometimes forgotten.
Sometimes forgotten, but would be a mistake to forget them, to be honest. At this point, 33-25, so nice comfy advantage here for NAVI. You can see the confidence in their play, and the cross-map nades onto Gilkey as well. Respectful, and they just getting started, though. He's going to bust the doors down. That's a spree for him. Bait switched out with a teammate, and lives, too. My God, this is beautiful. I think the OS is about to pop behind him, so if he does survive here, this is massive for his team.
I actually talked to Respectful about 3 weeks back, and I asked him, I said, what was the origin of your name? And he said, honestly, I made this name when I was 13 years old, and it was a troll. He's like, I was being disrespectful, I was teabagging everybody, I was body disrespecting everybody, and it was literally, it was a complete opposite of what he was doing, and we're seeing that right here, because this man's not showing any respect to G2. Meanwhile, Jimbo getting a big kill, utilizing all of that overshield, tries to jump out towards the mid, 3 down goes G2. Luckily, Gilkey gets a big kill.
I'm going to flip that on you. I'll say he's showing the most respect you could show for his own life, for his teammates as well, right? The team awareness, the respect the man has for his own life is unbelievable. He lived for how long there with that shotgun, and because of it, they're at a 10-kill advantage. And honestly, that's what matters most. You got to respect your life and understand where your teammates are and use them efficiently, and limit the options of Sab and Arctic here, who is stuck in the locker and now stuck on bottom mid getting pinched.
And look at the fate Jimbo had on his teammate right there. Puts down the shots, make him one shot, then immediately changes targets while his teammate comes in for the collapse, ends up getting the double kill. Beautifully played by Jimbo. I got my mic, I got my water, but I forgot my notepad and pen so I can take some notes.
What's going on here? Jimbo feeling himself, right? We're talking about respectful and disrespect. Meanwhile, the disrespecting man is Jimbo on the team. Going to drop a little bit of disrespect here. At this point, they are confident they've closed this out. Just a matter of when. 4 kills left at this point, 46. And G2 backs against the wall, facing a 3-0 in this series. Tony, if you talked to me about this pre-series, I would have not told you a 3-0 Navi. Would not have expected this.
Well, we actually did talk about this before series, and we both said that G2 would probably win this 3-1. And I mean, that was kind of what I was feeling. And no, Navi looking so good, about to go up 2-0 in this series as 2 Foxy is putting in shots. Jimbo off the screen takes down straight sick. The challenger to come in, and 2 Foxy letting them know about it.
Kind of
winning Halo. To be honest, with the way they're playing right now, I expect them to beat most of the partner teams. They can continue this. I mean,
let's start here and see what they can do about it. Of course, a double out of Respectful is just going to shut me up right quick, Tony.
The first 2 caps are going to go in favor of Navi. However, you do see A being quickly taken by G2, and now points going right back in favor of the boys in blue, but Respectful going in for the challenge on Gilkey.
Respectful just bobbing and weaving, right? He's so quick to get back into safety. Something you got to be intimately aware of in Halo Infinite. In Halo 5, I think people got so comfy, getting so far away from cover because they knew they had the thrust to tether them back to it. You have to very quickly make that mental switch and understand what are your escape options in every scenario. How can you ensure that you can cut sight lines, get out of there if you need to. And in straight 6 case, get into there and hopefully pick up a snipe. Unfortunately, whiffs it.
Yeah, I've heard some of the trolls, refer to it as, get out of jail free card, and maybe not to that extent, but I mean, you know what? It does buy you that extra resource, and I'm not gonna lie, I miss starting with thrust, but there's no doubt that I had to change my mindset coming into Halo Infinite, and I'm loving it.
There's a deeper value you have to have for positioning. Now, right positioning, Halo 5 was a little different, a little more flexible. Halo Infinite is more classic Halo-esque in the way positioning works, and it's a nice middle ground, and something that Navi seem to have a pretty good handle on, because Kimbo's going to take that fight.
Notice how Kimbo's going in for the repulse. You're actually trying to repulse him off the map, just barely missed it. But one thing, I really love watching Kimbo's screen. At some point, I want to go back on him because he has such a smooth shot. Meanwhile, 2 Foxy having the heat wave in hand, getting right behind enemy lines, runs into a Mangler, and Sav going to put him down.
Big opportunity here for G2. With that Mangler heat wave down, they can pick it up. They're winning their slays here too. You can see Respectful knowing that he's going to try to back off just a little bit. Sav making a sneaky rotation to B though. That'll tip off Respectful, who can't quite get the angle yet. You can see a sniper in the back pocket here, a Sav as well. Snipe Mangler. How does he play it? 1-shot beatdown. Nice and easy. Man's now red barred too, barely alive. That's just enough.
And not only was he able to get the kill, but also able to take away B as well. However, they immediately lose Charlie. That's going to be a trip cap now. Going towards G2, they were able to defend C right at the last second. And now Kimbo's going to go in for the challenge. Gets the melee, but sadly, Straight Sick going to win that individual gunfight. Meanwhile, Sab is peeling faces, getting himself a killing spree. And G2 have woken up.
Just caught the tail end of that one. Like you said, G2, they've woken up 70 and counting on the board. They got control of B and C, now forcing NAVI to push outside here through Camo side. Can they make it to C unscathed, though? Especially with Straight Sick waiting down below. Straight Sick, does he go for the jump? In perfect spot. He's going to wrap around instead. All right, I respect it. As long as he comes out with a kill. And so far, it looks like he's done exactly that and a little more.
And this is honestly what some of my questions that I had about Team NAVI. Again, when the game slows down, we know how good they are. But on a game type like Strongholds, where again, you always have to be rotating, you always have to be slaying, and also being objective efficient, which they are, but always be on the move where you can't lean on those setups that they normally rely on. How are they going to be tested here? It looks like G2 are answering back on Strongholds live fire.
G2 starting to get comfortable, which is worrisome if you're NAVI, right? You don't want them to get comfy. The moment they get on a roll is the moment that things can get kind of scary. G2, they're no slouch of a team here. So NAVI, you want to shut them out. You want to shut them out quick. We've been in situations where NAVI have started strong and couldn't quite close out the series.
I don't jinx it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not the jinx, I'm just saying. Last thing you want is for these boys to get comfy. So I like to see this nice little transition here. 37 and counting, some points being collected for NAVI, but they got work to do.
I love how the moment I questioned them rotating, they out-rotate G2 completely, steal away a BC setup, and now they're looking excellent right now, getting the slay. They did momentarily go 2 down, and meanwhile, Gilkey now going to go in for the challenge. He's going to be able to get the third player, and now also getting sniper rifle as well. And here comes Team NAVI rotating once again, stealing it.
Would love to see if that snipe comes into play. Gonna be useful if it does. Guilt does with it. Couldn't quite connect that second shot. Unfortunately, man got flanked. That's gonna drop the snipe, put it in the hands of, I believe, 2 Foxy. Respectful just gonna go on the chase here, force that man out into the open for the easy pickup. They got A and B. A currently being contested. They'll trade it out with C and leave 2 Foxy with a chance to pick up anyone rotating.
That's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, it's simply G2 are getting out-rotated. The moment G2 went for A, what do you see? They rotate towards Charlie. Now that they know they're on the move, they're actually going right back towards A. A momentary trip cap now on the board here for NAVI, who are playing excellent Halo to claw their way back into it. This is not over yet, Alex. We have a game.
It's looking good. 2 Foxy, unfortunately, getting caught from behind. He's going to try to sprint out of this. Oh, I love the attempt. But if you miss it, you die. And that was a damn good attempt, though. He almost did it real quick, too. That can take a bit of a setup to get accurately, but he had the right idea. Sab, his turn. I think he used his repulsor up. Rotate back through C, currently being capped in. An opportunity to stop it immediately.
Excellent melee coming out of Sab right there to clear out B, even able to get the double kill, taking down 2 Foxy as well. Respectful going to get the double kill of his own, going in for the challenge, able to take down Arte, multiple slays, now going in favor of Team NAVI, and they're trying to steal away B. Can they do it? You
got to love that steady BR out of Respectful. Like the strafe and crouch, whatever was going on with that play. He's moving so quick, right? But Respectful just full respect for the strafe. He just held still with the reticle, hits every shot, make sure he gets the kill regardless. And, a lot of other players, they would windmill in situations like that.
Ooh.
I mean, and 2 Foxy definitely won't. Man's already snapping on the bodies here.
And look
you better watch out.
Look at the pre-aim. Look at the reticle placement. Moving all the way towards C, towards top mid. He knows exactly where most likely the members that are taking A are going to be, and he had them headline ready. Sadly, nobody home just yet. Respectful now going to challenge that player over towards top mid, but he has to be careful. There's multiple players getting right behind enemy line, taking down Sad. Beautiful flank come out him, almost able to get the double kill. Sadly, not going to be able to, but Kimbo comes in for the cleanup.
Looking like a different game now, Tony. At first, it was 137, I want to say, to like 40 or something. They almost uncontested comeback we've had it. Now, they've taken the lead as well. Nearly holding on to all 3 caps here. Sab going to do what he can to just take B. He's got Gilkey trying to fend off a player pushing into B. That's Respectful, who takes Gilkey, resets B for a trip cap, and now 2 points a second. And G2 feeling the hurt here. They're scrambling. They got to get into a hill.
G2 started the game off amazingly, and NAVI were being tested with their backs against the wall. What do? They answer back. They accept the challenge. They get the slays, put on a trip cap. Meanwhile, back-to-back kills are going to go in favor of G2. The boys in blue looking good right now, stealing away A. but respectful, once again, hiding in the corner, waiting for somebody to cross, ends up getting a big kill. NAVI are just playing winning Halo right now.
All right, Tony, get me a pen or something, all right? We got to go approach Respectful and get an autograph after this or something, Tony. That play was beautiful, by the way. With the repulsor back in A, that player that challenged him in the hallway, he repulsed him back and didn't even bother with him. Just let him be, rotate out back to front, and got in a perfect position to flank that player coming out of A. He just made a beautiful play because of it. But the awareness, I mean, my God, 206 and counting. G2, they don't have an answer, and they need one quick.
And I just want to remind you guys at home, 4 down go NAVI. Not looking good, but NAVI are the #3 team coming out of the EU. We're not talking about the #1 right now. As far as the rankings go, they are the #3 squad. If this doesn't tell you how far EU has come in the last few years, I don't know what will. I honestly don't know what will.
It's not over yet, but it's not looking good, that's for sure. You got Gilkey coming in, does get a nice double, though. Opportunity for AC, currently being capped to counter it. Looking like an AB hold here. Some points, at least, but how many? Arctic already dead. And I love loving the moves out of Gilkey. Nice little swerve, right? He gets right down the bottom mid. Got to watch his back in case somebody counters, but likely we're going to see the enemy team rotate to A as he makes it to C.
Double cap on the board here for NAVI. They're putting some good points here. However, G2 are on a run. They're able to steal away Charlie, and A has been contested here. It looks like G2 are trying to come back. I mean, mind you, they started the game so well. NAVI have come back in it, but G2 are trying to ice up.
They got no choice. This is it, right? They lose this game, they lose the series.
Do or die, baby.
Last thing they want is to go down 3-0 here. I can understand it. I mean, Gilkey going to try to do what he can to hold things down, Commando. Getting pelted by nades, teammates with him. They got AB held down. This is what they need. But they need the slays here. Straight stick with one. Nice timing, too, at a Sab. Drops it with a trade. Jimbo, he's got no cover. That's a nice free double for Sab because of it.
It's go big or go home, and Sab does not want to go home. That's a beautiful double kill. Straight six coming in, taking respectful. That's going to be a trip cap going in favor of G2. This has been the best game of the series so far. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm about to fall off.
Oh, good thing you're standing, you know? Yeah, you're lying to the fans here, Tony. Either way, I got to agree, though. This one's close as hell. It can go either way. And we're seeing G2 wake up here in the end, start to get on a roll and pick up everything, take advantage of it. We got Jimbo trying to use the assault rifle, gets denied for it immediately. That's a snipe in the hands of Arctic, by the way. He's locking it down in tower. Might want to jump on with him because you know he's going to be looking to get a couple kills with it. Here he is. A, B, and C accounted for. Can he get some coverage? Because Respectful is going to take C right out from under him. But the patience pays off.
Great kill by Arctic. Now he's going to go in for the challenge on 2-5. He's making that player one shot, trading off kills. That's a big kill by them, putting NAVI 3 down. That's exactly what you need if you want to come back in this game. Now they're going after B. They were momentarily going after Charlie, but Straight Sick is being so sneaky with the camo.
Tony, this is getting so damn close, right? Any slight mistake, and that could result in the game here. And Straight Sick, he knows it. Look at this. Look at this man get away with murder. That was a little scary. Almost didn't get the backsmack. Kimbo's onto him, though. And getting meleeed there is brutal, right? It just allowed him to put him in a situation he couldn't do anything. It's recap, like you said, they have 2 now. They've taken the lead, too. 25 seconds to close out this game. G2, they got a chance here.
But hang on, somebody in NAVI is actually making their way towards C. It looks like Sab tries to go in for the shutdown, but not able to do so. Meanwhile, it looks like NAVI going to take away C. They also have A at the moment. Now the points being put on board for NAVI. We might see one more lead change unless they're not able to stop Alpha. This is not looking good. G2 just constantly rotating, but NAVI rotating right back with them. Just rotating on top of rotating on top of rotating.
It's a merry-go-round, Tony. You're going around in a big circle, and you get kills on the way. Ideally, you get majority of the kills so you can hold on to the score here, but now 29. A and C capture. Jimbo needs to win the fights, and of course he will. That's Sabna down. Where will they go, though? There's already pressure in B. I don't know where this player is, directly below him. He's got to fight Arctic at the same time. It's Straight Sick out above, and Straight Sick just delaying the clock. NAVI do have it, though. Jimbo's still alive somehow. Tony, dare I say, actually, I have no idea what to say here.
Nah, those are the plays that don't show up on the stat sheet right there. Staying alive, putting down that damage, able to get away, and stealing away the recov on B. Beautiful plays come out of Jimbo. Those are the plays that don't show up on the stat sheet. This man's making plays right now, but sadly, he's going to hit the black screen. Sab winning that individual gunfight. Another 3 down go NAVI. G2 are trying to steal the game away.
Massive out of Sab, but Navi's already in C. They got to get into C here. Straight Sick with a huge win on the Heat Wave. He'll jump in. He's got a snipe now, too. They got to lead 10 seconds to close out this game. Navi needs an answer. Straight Sick, what's he going to do? You got Navi already. He was standing still there back in the tower, but I mean, well, that should be game. They can't get in time. G2 will lock it out. And G2 are on the board.
That they are. One.
It's a trusty sidekick. If anything, your main weapon in some of these encounters. But there's the thrust. Already off the rip here, so Sab gonna pick it up. Rotates straight through perimeter and making use of it as well. Shots into Respectful, can double back. But you can see that board, it's all red. Navi popping up with 3 dead and making 4, not quite. Gilkey not gonna let it happen.
Hey, you can put them 3 down, but it don't matter. Gilkey's gonna win those individual pairs, and you saw that right there, right now. Luckily, Respectful is gonna start this flag, but the spawners from G2 are coming in, and he's aware of that, so he starts the flag, tries to stay alive, tries to back down, but him and 2 Foxy are both going to hit the black screen.
Back on board with Jimbo. Now bottom mid. You can see Respectful 2 Foxy died in the base. That flag will be returned. No opportunity just yet. But Jimbo, nice opening shots here. Got to avoid a potential 2v1. He's got a teammate with the perimeter to help, but Sab, and I like that rotation out of Sab, right? Knowing he's down there. Just full confidence, drops down, gets the kill.
And Sab getting another kill on Kimbo, but luckily Respectful is able to come in for the cleanup kill. Ends up going all the way down to 1 shot, but gets away with his life. So great job by Respectful for, like you said before, respecting his life. We're also respecting his teammate's life as well. He's going to go in for the challenge, and Arctic gets the big kill. And now we're seeing a little bit of a 1-2 combo out of him and Kimbo.
You can see how in sync they are as they push through bottom mid, though. Respectful had the head level placement. He was so ready for that weak player to come out just to clean up. You know that got called out. And beautiful nades out of 2 Foxy as well, just to deny the challenge out of Gilkey. Of course, immediately traded out. Something we're going to see so much in Aquarius is just very quick trades, very scrappy fights for flags. The map is so close quarters. You can die so quickly. I mean, he gets the kill and gets back smacked immediately after. Speaking of which, it's still happening.
Respectful going to try to stay alive here, but he is going to be cleaned up. Gilkey and Sab are going to get 2 kills on the board. That might be the opening they need in order to get this first flag one coming in. Gilkey still having the heat wave in hands, using a cheeky spot to avoid all the damage. Able to stay alive, but they have to clean up those spawners.
Gilkey just going to play defense here. All he needs to do at the moment. Teammates already pushed up. Gilkey in the base, though, right? And there's a camo coming up with Straight Sick to help out. This is a good opportunity for them if Gilkey can continue to stay up. Unfortunately, does die to Kimbo. Straight Sick, it's on him. Gonna just watch Kimbo go by. You know, I like that, though. He waits until he's in a spot where he can't counter fire. Unfortunately, didn't get the kill, though. And now Straight Sick forced a double back.
Yeah, I think trigger discipline is so important. Like, players like Sniped Out, very good at the trigger discipline. That translates, but Gilkey, very good at winning pivotal gunfights. Those 50-50s go in favor of them. But another 3 down for G2. Navi are answering back at every single kill. And again, they're looking so good right now. I can't stop saying it.
Arctic off his spawn, cuts his losses there, right? Sees the flag pulled, decides to just go for the overextension, rotate to counter it. We'll see, Kimbo and Navi do have that flag. Try to get it as far as they can. Respectful gonna do what he can to escort. Of course, flag just sits out front base, almost there at this point. Kimbo coming in like a wrecking ball as well. Straight Sick wants a piece, he'll take a trade, honestly huge. Puts the heat wave out. Flag down as well, Respectful gonna get to it. Maybe an opportunity here for him.
The Slay's almost dead even at the moment here, but we're seeing that first flag now being run in here by Navi. Objective, efficient as can be. That's going to be the name of the game here. 2 down go them, another 3 down go G2, so most likely no counter cap coming in out of G2 unless they're able to slay out. Jimbo coming in for the cleanup kill, and now he's going to be back on the offense.
That's the biggest thing, right? You go for the run, you secure the run, but then you make sure you play defense, you get the slay so the counter cap doesn't happen. So beautifully executed out of Navi. Just denying the options, and my God, 2 Foxy's a maniac. Oh, and he gets the kill. He jumped over that player's head, not sure what happened to him, but I mean, the flag's out the door now. Kimbo's got it, and a huge opportunity for Navi once again. Gilkey already overextended. Gilkey needs to wait, though. Look at this, he's playing it carefully. Oh, he's been spotted, though. This is rough. Gilkey alone in the base. Only line of defense for this flag. He does have a heat wave. You just gotta blast him with it. This is huge. Straight Sick with a double. Gilkey did his job. He played it beautifully. Should walk away with a return.
Gilkey getting really aggressive there and being the sole, pretty much almost the sole reason why they were able to stop that flag and also get the recover as well. Meanwhile, Straight Sick now going to be walking the flag over. No, he's not sprinting, so they have no idea what Straight Sick is just yet until he starts sprinting, or it looks like he actually did.
Or dropped the flag, right. He got at least halfway with it, though, so great progress. Respectful, not going to worry about it. Respectful going to push over. Actually, looks like he's going to meet him head on. We'll see how this goes. Bit of a joust about to take place. Straight Sick trying to cut the angle, get that flag out, but Respectful, he's got eyes on him. Thankfully for Straight Sick, there's some coverage. 2 Foxy and Kimbo, they drop their pivs. This does at least get Straight Sick back to the back of the base, but he's down numbers, right? He's in trouble back here. Yeah.
And notice how the collapse not only came in from NAVI, but there was also even a player already working on those fridge spawns, already catching that angle. We're seeing a 1-0 lead going in favor of NAVI, and Jimbo once again going to be running his flag. If he won that piv, that might have been clear, but Straight Sick, the last player alive now.
NAVI was already up 1-0 though, so that they must have got a return. NAVI went for another quick pull.
Yeah.
So this will be a 2-0 at the very least now. NAVI fending off the storm here, getting their kills. Always ready to pull that next flag when they can, and I mean, coming out on top because of it. Oh, okay. Make it 3. Ah.
Great frags coming out of NAVI right there. Once you capture the flag, you kind of put yourself in a vulnerable position where the enemy team is going to collapse and try to go in for that counter cap, so you have to be able to win your battles, and it looks like NAVI were able to do that. 2-0 lead with a little bit less than 6 minutes on the clock, so G2 have the time. It can happen.
Yeah.
It's just NAVI's making it tough.
Making it very difficult for sure. They got all that coverage up top map as well. 2 Foxy did drop a Respectful, gonna try to stay up. Sap just slid out with the camo though. And look at all of his teammates slide in to make it difficult. This is an opportunity here for G2. Sap popping the camo a little late, which is good. Enough timing to get 2 thrust for free. How does he play it though? And Kimbo didn't see the thrust getting picked up either. All right, free back smack to start. Teammate on his right-hand side. They've got an opportunity here. They cannot afford to make mistakes. Arctic with 1 as well. Look at Respectful, though. He's chilling back in the base.
Not for long. Chilling on the dead screen, huh? Now we have a flag being pulled here by Sab, who momentarily, excellent job by him to utilize that thrust to close the distance. Got the first flag back smack, got another one on Kimbo, and G2 are back in this game. Sadly, Sab is going to go down, and that's some free shot for 2 Foxy, and the assist comes in. NAVI once again answering back.
That flag's pretty close. Arctic here, line of defense, 2 Foxy in for the return, but he's got Kimbo with him. He'll get the touch, but that's all he can do. They're in for the re. And I don't know if there's anybody in position to stop that from going in. It still sits there. Straight Sick has a beat on it. Teammate goes up, so Straight Sick holds the angle. I like this. Just to make sure they got 2 lines of sight covered. But so does NAVI. That's 2 dead on the feed. Sab and Arctic pick it up. They slide in for a touch. And they'll grab it in the first flag. About to be capped, but not quite. Kimbo's got to slide. Wait, no, Kimbo's got to get their defense on it. Who's left? We got Arctic, Sab, and Sab will make it. My God.
I mean, obviously NAVI weren't able to get the stop, but look at how hard they made it for G2 right there. Literally giving it all, dumping resource after resource, and they almost were able to get that recover. Either way, 2-1 lead in favor of NAVI, but G2 having a bit of momentum on their side. 2 Foxy is going to get the big kill on Arctic right there, and that's going to be the opening they need to kind of get a little aggressive.
Still plenty of time to work with here. Any direction this game could go. 2 Foxy just going to rotate through. Dynamo, of course, like we said, ticks if it hits a player. Of course, instead, he's going to get flanked immediately, so not much he could do there. Jimbo in trouble as well. I like the attempt. What else could he do in that position other than go for the aggressive play, but Arctic ready for it.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, it's almost a chess game at this point. Like all of these players can shoot their guns. Let's be serious. They all have the ability to force shots. So at that point, you have to be able to anticipate your opponent's next move. And that's what you saw Arctic do right there. He knew exactly where he was funneling that player to go to. And at that point, it was all about just simply cutting him off, getting a big kill. Mind you, speaking of big kills, 22 kills coming out of both Sab and Respectful. Both of these Slayers are going off, and Sab going to put his 23rd on the board.
Sab looking good on the feet for sure. Arctic no slouch as well. Man's 20 and 17. Back up over with Gilkey. Not the greatest slay numbers just yet, but still a nice shot. Puts the damage in too. He's got the most assists. Make it 13. Well, he does that. Sab with the escort. Gonna make the flag through. Right back in that same position, and the immediate handoff too. Sends it to Arctic. Arctic plants it in. Next thing you know, we got a tie game.
Excellent teamwork coming out of G2 right there, just relaying that flag right in, but they did momentarily go 2 down, and that's actually going to be a double kill coming out of 2 Fox, who's going to actually relay that flag over, but you got to be careful. There was a player over towards utility, ends up getting the cleanup kill. Either way, Navi still running that flag over. Jimbo dropping the flag, going in for the challenge, and getting the trade. I know you like that, Alex.
That was beautiful out of Jimbo. The awareness to drop that flag and run back and just assault straight sick like that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, though. G2 very quick to get on that flag at the return. Camo about to pop as well. G2 with presence up top map. Straight sick with eyes on the 2 Foxy. 2 Foxy just gonna try to be a Fox and get out of there.
They slide.
Can't slide out, unfortunately. Gilkey, can he get out? Nope, he can't. Respectful finds him. 1v1 straight sick, Respectful, and what a thrust at a Respectful to get right behind him. Jimbo cleans it up.
Another 3 down go the boys in blue here. It looks like Team Navi want to take advantage of that. They're starting to up the tempo here. We have Kimbo and 2 Foxy working a little 1-2 combo over towards the utility side of the map. Meanwhile, Arctic is not that far behind. I think they know they're finally able to spot him, put down the damage on. That's going to be an easy cleanup, but now Gilkey going to slide in and get the big kill.
Okay, time is starting to become a factor here, Tony. Just over a minute, double on board for Gilkey. He'll drop. But at this point, we need one solid run. And whoever does it might win the game, or we might go to overtime. We'll see. This is the playmaking opportunity right here. So Sav going to try to prioritize his life. Arctic with the heat wave as well. They got a pinch on both sides. The entire team kind of locked in their base because of it. Straight sick coming in. Nades as well. That's 2 Foxy drops a trade though. And it's all down to Arctic in this heat wave to make a big play.
And mind you, this is still a best of 5. Navi only needing one more win to come out with the series. G2 fighting for their series lives right now.
They got
Gilkey ends up taking down Jimbo. Arthur just sitting back, and Gilkey already has that flag over to the 50% portion of the map. Excellent slide right there to get just a bit faster.
Can they even stop it at this point? I don't think they can. They got sights on it. But all they can do is just try to shoot from afar. Nobody's managed to overextend. Arctic with a kill on the feed. The flag just seconds away from being planted. And with 20 seconds left on the board, G2 almost guarantee this game. I think they've done it. They got to pull the flag for a sudden death in 10 seconds, Tony.
I mean, it's definitely still possible. I mean, Navi are 100% still in it. However, they just momentarily have gone 2 down, so I don't know where the offense is going to come from. And with only 2 more seconds, the body shots are coming back. The teabags are coming in. Let me tell you, I don't think he liked that flavor.
Wait a sec.
Literally, I was so happy. Repulsed him right off the map. He grapples back on and then kills me. It was so embarrassing.
Are you sure it wasn't Shotzi? Because I saw Shotzi do that like 2 weeks ago.
No.
I think it was the Elamite. I think he grappled back on and killed the Elamite. Don't quote me. Either way, Arctic going to start this one out hot. Slides straight up, gets the kill, and he gets out too. Quite convenient. All well he does that straight sick with the camo and a little progression on the board. And the Needler too. Show some Needler love.
I'm sorry, I'm getting old right now. You know, I got to get my glasses or something. Is that a 6 to 1 lead?
How far do you got to lean into
going
the TV?
in favor of G2? I told you I'm getting old, man. I don't believe it. Now it's 7 to 1. What's going on here?
Understand that I need to see some of the TV too, or else I can't cast. 8 to 2, by the way. What a hot start at a G2. That's the worry, right? Navi, they start out strong, they lose momentum, and then G2 are so confident coming into Game 5. And the scoreboard is showcasing that.
Back on board here with Sav right now, and actually he can get behind enemy lines. They have no idea. Respectful actually going down to 1 shot. Easy cleanup coming in from Sav. Now going in for the challenge. Beautiful play come out of Sav. That's going to be an excellent double kill, putting Navi 2 down and giving G2 the advantages that they need.
Hey, Tony, you saw 1 game of Slayer from Navi, and you're like, yeah, Navi's a really good Slayer team.
You saw 0 games from G2. I don't want to hear it.
I'm just saying, I think it could go either way. I didn't say that Navi's a really good Slayer team off of 1 game. I think it's just not enough info. Either way, Arctic not going to get out of that. There's the sword, right? We got the sword back in play. We could see somewhat of a swing, hopefully, with it. All starts with Respectful.
Now, when you're right, you're right. And I mean, it's hard to go against G2, especially when they're playing like this right now. Excellent kill coming out of Respectful. Ends up getting the kill joy. Not even the melee kill with the sword. He whipped out his, I think it was YYing. Ended up with his BR out and meleeed him either way.
Did the trick.
The melee kill's going to come in. 15 to 5 lead going in favor of G2 right now, but Respectful still having that sword in hands.
Respectful going to conserve his life, as is Arctic. Managing to stay up. Teammates opposite side of the map. Navi going to try to rotate through. You got Sab and Respectful on the feet. Gilkey with a shock rifle kill. I'm curious to see what Gilk's up to. If he's got a shock rifle, there's potential for more plays here. Although, I can't complain about Respectful and the sword repulsor combo.
I mean, the problem is Respectful is the only player making any kind of plays here. Everybody else on his team literally have 1 kill at the moment, where he's sitting at 4. It's really tough. G2 are playing lights out, and I guess the only question I have is, where was this dominance coming out of G2 throughout the first half of the series?
I think Navi just came out with so much heat. G2 not quite ready for it, but they started to regain their footing, warm up. And it's also, you got to think about maps, game types, right? Where are you comfortable? Where do you, play best? Maybe Recharge Slayer is just G2's map. So far, it's looking like it.
Excellent kill come out of Straight Sick, able to take down 2 Fox. We're not going to go on board here with Straight Sick. Right up over towards the C plant, but just going to barely miss that jump. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to go around. I know I'm on stream right now. I don't want to embarrass him missing that jump again. I'm going to go around. That's fine.
I don't think he watched the tutorial, unfortunately.
I watched it.
Skip the tutorial. Either way, he doesn't need it. The man's shot's too cracked. And so far, they're looking too good on the board, right? 26-12 here. Sab going to grapple his way back into yellow and get a kill for it, and a shock rifle potential here. We'll see what he can put together. You got all members in Navi over on A Stronghold, and a line of sight out of Sab to put something together. Hopefully not making too much noise as he stomps through the hallway here. That player must have... Okay, now he's doubling back. There's the pinch. A little late, though, right? Navi now dying from that little loss in coordination and timing there. And Straight Sick now getting out with the camo, too.
Yeah, it's going to be dangerous. I mean, they already have a 15-kill lead at the moment. The last thing they need is a camouflage, and now they're going to combine that camo with the sword. This is bad. G2 are already looking good. Luckily, Jimbo ends up getting a big kill off the screen. That's going to be needed. Respectful trying to go for the 1v1, able to take down the first player, being really tough, but a killing spree now going to be earned by Straight Sick. Killing spree +1, because that's going to be a double kill by Straight Sick.
Man, Tony, this is kind of heartbreaking. I mean, not to be like not to bias or anything, but if you come into a series as hot as Navi did, and then to have this happen game 5, it's a heartbreaker, man. It's a tragedy. It's not done. Changes could be made, but they need to be made quickly, right? 35-18. I mean, they're bleeding resources. You look at the feed. Arctic, Straight Sick, they're popping off in the meantime here. Jimbo going to do what he can to stay alive. He's just getting pelted by nades. 2 Foxy with him. The entire team now spawning up at C. And the entire enemy team, you got Straight Sick and teammates lined up to yellow as well. They got coverage on all the high spots on the map.
It's been crazy. I mean, this series has probably been one of the best series that we've seen. It's been so tightly contested from game 1 all the way to game 4. And then you just see this dominance, this textbook plays coming out of G2. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Meanwhile, 2 Foxy having the sword in hand, just checking every corner. Wants to be sure. Find that player going to reveal himself. Almost going down thanks to the Mangler, but he clutches up.
Just about 40, 39 here to 24. Coverage and control. They don't have any form of a setup though, right? Like, despite the trades that they'll get, you'll always see G2 holding on to A down through yellow hallway. It seems like yellow hallway just kind of that anchor point you want to lock down. You can isolate a lot of trades and kills here. I mean, look, it's so difficult to challenge through that hallway, and Gilkey's just walking away with free kills because of it.
We got to talk about something, Alex, here. We got to talk about something. My man Sab and Straight Sick have 30 kills as a duo. The entire Navi squad is sitting at about 26 at the moment. These two are literally going off. Sab and Straight Sick are running house.
This series went the distance, Tony. It was a nail-biter the last 2 games. All of a sudden, Navi, it's like they ran out of steam. The engine just ran out of gas here, dude. 46, 47. Straight Sick, they're just oozing confidence at this point. G2, I mean, that's looking like curtains. It's a matter of whether or not it's a stake at this point, as unfortunate as it is, right? 48-29, we're looking at stake potential here for G2 Esports to close a game 5, and they're putting the bags in. I mean, at this point, I can't blame them, dude. Stake-tacular, G2 with a well-deserved 3-0